Harsher penalties coming for child abusers.
Thank you for partnering with the government of Jamaica to address some of the pressing social needs of our people.
Prime Minister Simpson Miller expresses gratitude for U.S. medical mission, and Commodore Skills Training Center opened. This is Jamaica House Weekly with Stacey Ann Smith.
Too many of our children are being subjected to the heart-rending violence and physical, sexual, and emotional abuse, many times carried out by family members and other persons they trust. This must be dealt with immediately and firmly.
Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller in a broadcast to the nation Sunday night. Mrs. Simpson Miller said acts of violence against children were unacceptable and the government was moving to increase the punishment for child abusers.
Work is also underway for legislation to be passed to create a new offense of parental neglect. When this comes into effect, a parent whose child is found in circumstances consistent with inadequate parental care and attention can be charged and tried for parental neglect.
These circumstances include children left unsupervised on the streets or at home, and those children found living with adults where they are exposed to sexual abuse. The Prime Minister also urged Jamaicans to report every suspected case of child abuse and show love to every child in their community. And as the Prime Minister leads the charge to improve the care and protection of the nation's children, she chaired a stakeholders meeting on children. The May 12 meeting looked at children's issues and the responses needed to improve their care and protection. Prime Minister Simpson Miller also participated in the Thanksgiving service to launch Workers' Week and Labor Day activities.
Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain.
The service was held at the Greater Grace Temple in St. Andrew. This year's Labor Day activities on May 25 will focus on children and is being held under the theme Labour of Love, Nurturing Our Children. And at Wednesday's Jamaica House media briefing, Information Minister Senator Sandria Faulkner first gave reporters an update on Cabinet's decision to amend certain laws to better protect children. Senator Faulkner spoke to some of the impending changes to the Child Care and Protection Act and the Criminal Justice Administration Act.
Cabinet has also asked that the necessary administrative steps be taken to improve stiffer penalties for persons who murder, rape, or commit other serious violent offenses against children. The victim's status as a child will be treated as an aggravating feature, resulting in a substantial uplift in the sentence on conviction.
And as for the Criminal Justice Administration Act,
efforts are being made to ensure that cases relating to violence against children will be afforded priority scheduling and disposal in the courts.
And Senator Faulkner also announced appointments to the boards of the Clarendon Alumina Production Limited, CAP, and the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, the JCDC. Dr. Vincent Lawrence will serve as CAP chairman, while Aston Cook will continue to chair the board of the JCDC. The two boards will serve for 2 years, from May 4, 2015 to May 3, 2017. On Wednesday, May 13, the Prime Minister thanked the medical mission aboard the U.S. naval ship Comfort for its week-long work to bring quality health care to Jamaicans free of cost.
Your work is a fitting tribute to the long and abiding relationship that continues to be enjoyed by the governments and people of the United States of America and of Jamaica. Your humanitarian efforts have served to strengthen the special bond of friendship that our countries and people share.
The Prime Minister delivered her message at a closing ceremony for the mission dubbed Continuing Promise at the U.S. Embassy in Kingston. Over 100 medical and engineering personnel provided optometry, dentistry, pediatric, surgical, pharmacy, and other needed medical attention to Jamaicans. On Thursday, the Prime Minister broke ground for the construction of 8 new classrooms at the Balaclava High School in St. Elizabeth. The project is estimated to cost $40 million and will be funded by a loan from the Inter-American Development Bank, the IDB. When it's completed this September, the school will be renamed the Roger Clark High School in honor of the late Minister of Agriculture and former Member of Parliament for North East St. Elizabeth. The minister responsible for sport, Natalie Nita Headley, was on hand to open the Commodore Skills Training Centre in Bog Walk, St. Catherine this past week.
It is important because once you have completed this training here, whether you get a job immediately or you get a job 6 months later, you get a job 1 year later, once you are trained for life.
The $3 million centre was delivered under the Community Access Point program and will provide database operations and other information technology-based training. The minister also made time for the commissioning of electricity in sections of North Central St. Catherine under the Rural Electrification Program, REP. And the Prime Minister took some time last week to welcome visitors to Jamaica House. On Wednesday, Mrs. Simpson Miller held talks with Shauna Fuller-Clark to get updated on the work she's been doing with a better awareness and support for endometriosis base team. Friday saw Mrs. Simpson Miller bidding farewell to outgoing Japanese ambassador to Jamaica, Yasuo Takasi. She also met with a delegation from power company Marubeni, led by its Chief Operations Officer, Hirosha Miyata. And that's how we close today's edition of Jamaica House Weekly. Join us next time for the latest stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.